Robbie, talk about this Dinosaur FTK list that showed up. All right, we'll talk about it. And, of course, my love for the Adventure Prank deck. Oh, there's so many lists from this weekend that topped. It's ridiculous. Don't beg 30% of you guys have not smashed the living crap out of that subscribe button. Smash it so we can get to 104,000. All right. Philly Regional, 6th place out of this weekend. So this was, what, 680 players out here. We got to see Altamaya Bishibolkin shenanigans. All right, you guys seen in the past what this deck could do, because basically spam tokens. You do some Machu Meku shenanigans, and then you laugh at your opponent as they just take like 8,000 points of damage for literally no reason. Well, here's the thing with this, ladies and gentlemen. You kind of look at the way that this deck is structured, and one, you get the best of kind of both worlds, actually. You get a good, solid Dino backing, which having good Dino nuggies backing up your strategy is freaking fantastic. You get Scrap Orcust combo built into the deck. You get Listogasm plays to do some, cute little things. We all know what we're doing with that. I love ripping the extra deck here. We have Thurzia interactions with one of the Dinomorphia trap cards, actually, which is really nice. So, basic Dino shenanigans, all right? I just want to once again reiterate the fact that you have full basic Dino combo, everything that you've pretty much seen. And yes, we are playing one Dragonic Diagram to search for the one copy of the Listogasm. And before you're like, why would you do that? Why would you go through, such pain just to do that? Because Listogasm is that good of a card, ladies and gentlemen, truthfully. So, fundamentally, outside of this, you're going to go ahead and you're going to do Altamaya Bishibolkin plays through the opponent, proceeding to laugh at them. I also remember, I watched some of the deck profile. I was talking about actual, token collector value in this deck. Token collector in this deck, via, field spell protection, is kind of nuts, actually. A lot of people, it's actually kind of weird. Up until Brave and, Sword Soul existed, you didn't bat an eye at playing Token Collector and Dinosaur. You never thought about playing it for the interaction points that you could get with the field spell. But post-release of those two archetypes, it's almost like having token archetypes in the game is typically a good thing, ladies and gentlemen. Who would have guessed? But now you have multi-purposing aspects, that these engines can kind of take advantage to. Now Token Collector is just basically a goddamn mainstay in this deck for literally no reason whatsoever. You see Token Collector plus Field Spell, you're just like, yeah, that's fine by me. Also, just being able to deploy a Token Collector and, stop Brave from, even resolving, it just feels so good. So, this is your legendary LOL, laugh at the opponent, I'm gonna FTK you, OTK you shenanigans. Next up here is Michael White's first place Fargo, North Dakota list. Now, there were so many Prank-Kids lists out of this weekend, and I just want to be full and straight honest with you guys here. I don't want to talk about all these. But, okay, so straight off the bat, you're playing 50 cards. Actually, this build is playing Small World, actually. I think that's something new. Hey, honestly, the fact that you can play Small World in this deck is actually kind of cool. I don't know how much tutoring options you get for that, but alright. We're also only playing one Fusion Destiny in this deck. Shenanigans. So you just want to be able to see it off of the Verti Anaconda, right? That's your best value that you get off of this. I also see down here that we are siding the Ghost Reapers and the Gammas. Now, I have noticed that Gamma's pretty hit or miss in this format. Gamma feels really damn good when Gamma gets the chance to resolve, but the other problem is it's still Gamma. I think a lot of the key plays in this format, if your opponent's going to Ash or Ogre or something, 95% of the time you're going to have a monster on the field. So you kind of don't get good value off of Gamma in a lot of scenarios. But it is kind of nice to see the Gamma is still seeing some amount of play here in terms of the Handtrap allotment. Outside of that, I don't see anything else really too crazy, but I do like what we are doing here with side deck. Actually very nice. Next up here is more Prank-Kids. Oh my god, there's so many of these things. First of all, This build's playing 45 cards. Okay. So we shaved off Small Worlds, I guess. Alright, we just weren't cool enough to play all of them. This one's also playing Double Fusion Destiny as opposed to the other one. This one has droplets in it, actually. Okay, some more board-breaking stuff here. We are holy mother of hand traps. We got triple Ogre, triple Ash, triple Veiler, triple Nibiru. Well, I mean, I guess to be honest with you guys, when your entire deck is one card engines, any one Praying Kid starts full combo. I also see the fact we're only playing one Roxy's in the main deck. That is kind of interesting to me. Being able to cut back on, well, I mean, Roxy's is kind of just like whatever. Maybe most of the time you just want it to be a one name. I know a lot of builds were playing only one Roxy's, so that's kind of interesting. Guys, leave a comment down below. I'm curious, how good is one Roxy in terms of playtesting? Because I feel like that would still be a 2-of that you would want to try and play. Also, the side deck down here is massively standard, ladies and gentlemen. Literally, you have all of the hate that you could ever actually want to be able to handle 95% of your situations whatsoever. So, standard list, I would say pretty standard, all things considered, ladies and gentlemen. Next up here is Based. Oh, man. So, straight off the bat here, 5th place out of the Philly Regional here. We are playing double prep in this build. Now, I know I've seen a lot of builds in the very earlier stages that were playing prep. I also saw some builds that were like cutting it. The interesting thing it is an additional spell card that you can technically discard so that you can, you know, generate some draw advantage. I mean, it also works as a sub starter to get your ass draw and lockbirded. Alright, outside of that, Eldlich package is standard in here. Dot Scrapers, Deciphers. We're not playing the Signet Mining because we want to dodge the draw and lockbirds. Also, I mean, all the sub 1 card starters are pretty standard in here. Also, a side deck of, well, you guessed it, you got all the Gammas, the Reapers. Reaper's seeing a lot of play right now. Like, actually insane how much it's starting to see play. Well, that is your based list. Finally, some frickin' Striker. DPE package, check. Okay, so we're still doing shenanigans with Destroyer, Phoenix, and Force. The thing I like about this list that sticks out to me is we have talents built into this list. Now, I haven't seen a lot of players exploring talents in Striker as of late. I feel like a lot of people just kind of forgot talents existed as a card, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, ladies and gentlemen. The one big thing about this list that is very nice is it tells me you don't have to play the Brave package in Striker. A lot of players really liked having access to the Brave package in this deck just to streamline Verti Anaconda, you know, but it kind of bulks down and takes away from some of your more option trees that are kind of present for you. So, as you see here, ladies and gentlemen, if you're able to kind of cut back on some of the fat on a list like this and get away with things, you get more options available to you. I also like the 1 rose in this list. Generally, I've liked 2 rows in the past, but we went back to... This list is playing the Metal Foes Fusion, which is also pretty straightforward. Like or hate the card, ladies and gentlemen. It is a free draw 1 that acts as another sub-spell in the graveyard. So you can make your argument however you want about it existing in the metagame, but for right now, this is honestly pretty standard for a Striker list, all things considered. Yeah, Foolish Real Good's giving the additional spells. Yeah, I don't see anything left field here. Next up here is, this is Joey Lynch's ye old Synchro Goodstuff deck. Alright, so anything out of left field here? No, this is just token generation. You're going to use all of your 10 Yi monsters, and you're basically just Synchro Goodstuff deck. Alright, you can thank Halki Fibrex Rorodon combo for basically still allowing this deck to be massively possible so much later on down the road here, ladies and gentlemen. And I do think, all things considered, that hopefully this deck gets checked here in the future. I also like the fact this deck gets to play double Griffin Rider and actually gets rewarded for it, ladies and gentlemen. The fact that Griffin Rider is basically just a free level 7, that you're like, oh yeah, by the way, my level 3 tuner monster allows me to make Baron de Fruer, and, or, you know, like the big Sword Soul guys. You're just like, yeah, It's that good, ladies and gentlemen. So guys, what do you think about these lists? Please leave a comment down about 200 make sure you guys smash the crap out of that subscribe button. So get some more awesome content. And I'll see your beautiful faces back here later on the day with some more cool awesome content. Peace out, guys. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.